Hey, what is up, my beautiful people? It is a great day because Blackwings made a second place regional in Detroit. 381 players, 9 rounds of Swiss. My boy, the one and only D-Lo, who has been playing Blackwings for years, but I think he stopped for a while and then he just spontaneously decided to play this deck in the last second or something like that. We're gonna see this in a minute in the video again. He took basically my Bister Blackwing deck that I made several regionals with, and he added a little spice in it with, I think, some super polys or whatever. I also think he added a couple of other cards to make it like a 45 card deck. Insane. The thing is, like, I'm not even surprised because every time I'm going to regions, bro, I start like 5-0, 4-0, whatever, and then I just start getting unlucky, unfortunate, because I'm getting paired up with some matchups that are drawing the craziest hand possible in game 3. Like I said, last regional, bro, I started game 5-0 and then I get paired up with this guy who got summon limit, anti-spell, judgment, imperm, unicorn. There's no way I'm winning this, bro. I had imperm for his unicorn, but it doesn't matter, bro. I'm losing the whole grind game because of those floodgates. So yeah, it is what it is. Second place we did. Let's check out the video, man. Let's go.
You want to redo it? Oh, okay.
Shout out to my boy Dilo, man. Good stuff.
The Detroit Regional just got top 8 with Blackwings. I almost didn't show up today. Just want to shout out my boy Kemp for the Blackwing Armor Master, or I'm sorry, Blackwing Dragon Sleeves, and the Crow Field Center. This is pretty sick. Yeah, let's get into the deck profile.
Yeah,
pretty standard stuff. 3 Simoon, best card in the deck. And we got 3 Sudri, second best card in the deck.
Yeah, we always gotta play those 3.
We got 3 Shamal.
Yep.
So we play a total of 16 Blackwings.
Especially in the Bistil Blackwing deck, bro, Shamals are crazy. Those are like, imagine in the Runic Bistil deck, where you sometimes just normal summon that level 4 tuner monster to go into like a Dispada, Baron the Floor, whatever. It's basically also just a crazy normal summon if you have like Bistils on your hand.
Monsters, and then the rest is extenders. We play 3 Vata. Probably like the best extender in the entire deck.
Oh yeah.
1 Zephyros. We play 1 Hermatin. We play 1 Sharinga, 1 Chinook. 16 Blackwing monsters total.
This is the ratio that I always use, man. I don't think anyone should change this ratio. This is a perfect ratio. Nothing else to add there. With if you're playing up Blackwings, there's no need to add other Blackwings to it. It is a perfect amount of ratio.
Next, we're gonna get on to the spice. We play double Lubellion.
Yep.
I was playing this at 3, but sometimes like it kind of clogs your hand. So I was like, let me just try.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts. That I used to play 3 like way back, and then I cut it to 2, and I actually ultimately decided to cut it to 1 because like, the last thing that you want is to draw 2 Lubellions, and yeah.
Try cutting it to 2 today and kind of see how it works. This card was really good every time I saw it. We play 1 Magnamut, 2 Druid Swarm. We play 1 Bold Drake, 1 Seernir.
Crazy.
Honestly, this package was perfect for today. I went.
That is a lot of Biscuits, man. I remember I also used to play a lot of Biscuits, but then I did start to lack consistency. Because, you know, the Biscuits are dead on your hand if you don't have targets in the graveyard, right? So that can be crucial sometimes, but you made it work.
Went into it thinking like this even kind of like helps against the fire matchups because anytime they have like their dark link monsters in the graveyard, you can just banish it with one of your bestial monsters, and then it kind of like slows them down on top of like the hand traps and stuff like that. So I actually came into this with less bestial.
But depending on what matchup you're playing against, bro, the Blisters, bro, sometimes you don't even need any Blackwings. You can just win pure with Blisters. Like, this is crazy.
And so I upped it like last minute, and the ratio was pretty dang near perfect for me. And then we play 1 Assault. This it's pretty good as an extender because if they stop your normal summon, you can special and then still synchro and combo. And then it's really good with the Bestials because if they get banished or tribute, you can banish it to special summon. And then it's also a small world target, so it was really good. We played 2 Nib. Honestly, I did not resolve Nib the entire time today. I haven't I haven't resolved it once today.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Nib in the main deck because there are a lot of decks that just play around it. He obviously didn't see it a single time, so it didn't matter for him. Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I could have resolved Nib, I had Super Poly, discarded the Nib to Super Poly, but I'm not sure how I feel about this. I like it when it's good, but when it does nothing, it does nothing. So that's why I only wanted to play 2 and not 3.
Great explanation.
We played 2 Black Whirlwind and 1 Black Feather Whirlwind. The ratio.
Are those the Black Whirlwinds from the Turbo packs? Or those common ones? But yeah. Also, this is the perfect ratio. This is also what I keep praising, man. 2 Black Whirlwinds, 1 Black Feather Whirlwind. You do not have to play more than that. This is enough. I know sometimes you feel like, yeah, I got a Shamal in hand and a Black Feather Whirlwind. It's fine. Keep that Shamal in your hand. You might need it, bro. Normal sum Shamal and a booster, this pattern, boom, boom. Game over.
Those were perfect. Every time I got to it, I needed it. So you can pretty much search it. We play 1 branded regain for the
crazy card. Also great against Nibiru if you have the regained.
Steel package. We play 3 Small World.
One of my favorite cards in this deck, Small World.
I honestly only seen it like 2 times today, but both times I saw it, I won. We only played 2 pot. Honestly, this was perfect at 2. I normally play it at 3, but this tournament, since I wanted to play 45 cards, I needed a couple things to cut, Lubellion being one of them, and then I cut one of the pots. Really good. So
yeah, I'm always also switching between 2 and 3 perspectives. Also, my last Mr. Blackwing deck, I also only played 2, so that's fine.
At 2, it was perfect. I didn't like see 2 in my hand like I normally do. We played 2 tactics. Sorry about the different rarities, but that's all I got. 2 tactics. Card was pretty good. Honestly, I probably used it once or twice today, but when I had it. It was good.
Yeah, my thing about tactics is, bro, that card can also be sometimes just dead on your hand. And it's hard, man. I'm not, like, I have a lot of different opinions about tactics. Like, it depends on, like, if I need like a random, if I have like one more card that I can add to my deck, I like to add a tactic sometimes as a one-off, because as a one-off sometimes it just comes in crazy. But I'm not sure about 2 tactics, to be honest.
Next, we play 1 Call by the Grave. I literally did not resolve this card once, but I was playing through hand traps all day, so it worked out. We play 3 Super Poly.
This is where the spice begins, bro. 3 Super Polys. And from what I'm seeing already, I can tell this deck right here is completely dominating this Branded. I feel like it doesn't matter if you go 2nd or 1st, you're gonna kill Branded with this deck for sure. They're not gonna have the chance to do some gimmick puppet shit, whatever. Like, this is already something that I realized at the very first beginning. But like, I had a time where I tested Super Poly, and where I'm from, people, like great players, they do not build a board that is that have like a lot of Super Poly targets. Like even Snake Eyes. If Snake Eyes plays it right, they're not gonna give you any Super Poly targets. Okay, I don't know how it is for you guys, but for me, it's like sometimes I won't be able to resolve even my Super Poly. But depending on what matchups you have, bro, Super Poly can completely turn over a game. Like in a situation where you were about to lose, you can completely turn it over. Plus, in addition, if you're able to activate the Super Poly and summon Mud Dragon, bro, it's GG. Activate Mud Dragon, Cold Dark, game. It's game. It is game. So this is something that, if that happens, bro, crazy stuff. Okay, so you sometimes don't even need any hand traps, just a Super Polymization, and it's game over. Like, it can come really nasty. That's what I'm trying to say. So Super Poly is something that you can consider, but don't be surprised if this card sometimes is just dead on your hands.
Card is one of the MVPs in the deck. It helped me against.
By the way, if you're also going first and you got this card set, it's also crazy, obviously.
Voiceless, it helped me against Fire.
Oh yeah, Voiceless also destroys Voiceless.
It helped me against a lot of decks because a lot of decks target. So my main go-to super poly target was this Call Dark, and then you can't target none of my monsters. A lot of times they had Imperm, they had Effect Veiler, they had Mourner, and they was just looking stupid. So yeah.
Even Princess is dead, I believe. That is crazy.
Super poly, really good. Whoops. We play one Monster Reborn.
That is some spice, bro, that I did not seek. Like the Monster Reborn, that is crazy. So let's see his opinion on on Monster Reborn.
2 games off of Monster Reborn. It was that good. Late game in the grind, summon full Armor Master. If the monster has a wedge counter, take control. Or even like, I had a crazy play where I Monster Reborn, my Dissipator, my full Armor Master still. It was just crazy, bro. It was like the only, like, we were just in top deck mode, and this is what
yeah, I can see this card is a top deck, bro. It's just, woo, Merry Christmas.
Top deck, and I won the game. Monster Reborn was going crazy. I only played 2 Imperm. I literally last minute put this in because I felt like I wasn't playing enough hand traps. I barely play hand traps. I opted to go for board breakers over hand traps, but this was perfect at 2. I seen it when I needed it. And then we play 1 Twin Shadow. I love this card. I love this card. I love this card. Too good.
Last minute.
Yeah, Twin Shadow is also like a card, bro. This card can turn over a game completely. But I also had situations where this card completely bricked. Especially like if you're playing this 45 card deck with so many Bestials and whatsoever. Like I can see it breaking. And I don't know, but I fucking love this card, okay? Don't get me wrong, guys. I love this card, but I'm not 100% sure if it's like really worth to play it, bro. From his experience though, however, this card carried him a lot, he said. Especially like on the shifter. It is a great card. I can see it. But we're gonna do a couple of hand testings after this deck profile.
It changes and gets second place. Yeah, that's how that works.
All right, next we're gonna go on to the extra deck. Pretty generic stuff. We play double Armor Master. This card is a must at 2 for me personally because every time I make one, it's pretty easy to out. You just run it over by battle. So the second one with the Twin Shadow, they have no out. Like they use a lot of resources to get over 1, but you make a second one, they just kind of look at their hand like, how do I get over 2? So it's really good. I would literally not change this ratio at all. I played 2 Assault Mode Dragons. I really never needed the third one. The second is perfect. The double burn tax dragon is what people was calling it today. So
the other tax dragon.
It was really good. We play 1 Boris. Never need this card at 2. It's really good at 1. This card maybe you need at 2, but honestly I never needed it at 2 because either my games were grinding or not grinding. So 1 Blackwing dragon was perfect for me at 1. Honestly, the whole day
yeah, I mean, if you're only playing 2 Soul Dragons, then obviously you do not really need a second Blackwing Dragon. So this ratio is perfectly fine. Yeah, there's also like a split opinion about whether you should be playing 3 Assault Dragons or not. And for me personally, like, I mean, his recovery basically is Twin Shadow, right? Well, my view on the 3rd Assault Dragon is if I get evenly matched, I'm losing a lot of things. And the last thing I have is basically as a follow-up is my Assault Dragon, my 3rd Assault Dragon, right? So this is like my thought about it. And it also won me a game before. So that's why it's hard for me to cut like 1 Assault Dragon.
Bricked maybe twice. My 1 loss, I bricked game 3. I had Samoon, Serenir, Black Whirlwind, Tactics, and a Monster Reborn. That is the only time I like had an unplayable hand out.
Yeah, I mean that shit can happen to any deck. Also to like the most consistent Blackwing deck. I mean, I also had situations where I only had 1 Simoon and not another Blackwing name, and you can resolve it. Like, unfortunately, that shit can happen. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Out of 9 rounds, and then the other time I bricked was because I got hand trapped to death, but it was not full combo. But this is the only time I bricked all day. We played 1 No Thong. This card won me time twice, so yeah, shout out to No Thong. This is probably like hands down, besides full armor master, this is the best synchro of my entire deck. This card goes crazy.
Also one of my
That's
favorite
all I
cards
need to
in
say. We play.
I think no other deck can summon this powder as easy as me.
Here and here.
Okay, you got the Dragoon package over here.
I like this package because I honestly only used this one time. I tried to go into it a second time, but it got impermed. But honestly, the one time I had it, it won me the game. I sat on this Dissipator and a full armor master. Obviously, like, that's kind of hard to out, and that was through like 2 hand traps. Honestly, I'm considering cutting this because I barely make it, but when I do make it, it's really good.
Well, the resources to go into those two, like, it's just unnecessary, too much, and then it's at the same time it's also easy to out. I think like it is actually easy to out. So I don't know how to feel about this.
Because it's really hard to out with a full armor master. I guess if I were to cut this, I would probably play like a berserker, and then maybe like a baron. But I really like this, so I would. Those are the 2 things I would probably test next. We play the 3 super poly targets. I made Starving Venom 1 time today, and then I used the effect to gain a bunch of attack and then attacked for game. And then another time it was negated and destroyed, and then I blew up all of his monsters. This card I made like all of the time today. Again, effect, Call Darks, can't Imperm, can't Veiler, can't Mourner, none of my dark monsters, so it was really good. And then there's a couple times where I called Light, had a Bestial, and then Dark plus Light equals Chaos Angel, Dark and Light, and then I just played through everything. So, yeah. Super poly targets go crazy. And then we play 1 Chaos Angel, 1 SP. SP was pretty good. SP helped me play around Nib a lot because they would Nib, I would chain.
I feel like SP, you have to play this card in every deck. This card is just too good. And you can play it in any deck. Even a deck that doesn't even use its extra deck, you still want to play SP. Like the card is just too good. Too good. You have to play it. Especially in our deck, bro. It helps us to play around the Biru. It helps us to play around evenly match. It's a good card.
SP, and then Armor Master's unaffected, and then I would let the SP die, and then probably like 2 of my important synchros come back. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. And then last but not least, the side deck. I would probably change this up, to be honest. Again, I threw this deck together at the very last second. I haven't played this deck the entire format. I played it a lot last format. This whole format I've been on cash. I played 3 shifter. I seen it a couple times. I actually play tested this in the main at locals, and I didn't like it in the main, but in the side it was perfect. Every time I needed it,
yeah, I used to main it. I'm still maining it right now because I'm seeing a lot of fire decks and snake eyes decks. But if you feel like you're not getting paired up with a lot of fire decks, then obviously I wouldn't main it anymore. So just put it to the side deck if you don't see that many fire decks. And I think you only play like once against a fire deck, so that is understandable.
Saw it. I resolved it twice today. I seen it twice today. The one time I resolved it, I won. The second time, he called by the grave did, but I ended up breaking his board. It was last round. So yeah, this was pretty good in the side. We played 3 evenly matched. Probably one of the best cards in the side for sure. It helped me win against Cash. It helped me win against Branded. It just breaks everything. It helped me also win against Voiceless. So yeah, I love evenly matched. Would not change this for anything. We played 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Harpies. Honestly, I've never seen any of these cards today. I sided them only a couple times, just depending on what deck I was playing against. But I saw it one time, and it helped me win a game. It helped me like break a board with like evenly matched plus Lightning Storm. Obviously, like you can't really out both, so it was really good. But again, I've barely seen it. I might consider taking these out for Cosmic Cyclones, but it also helps break like Link monsters and stuff in attack, so I liked it. We also played 2 Dark Ruler No More. I was heavily considered playing this at 3. I didn't want to like oversee it, but I wanted to see it enough. I may bump this up to 3. This helped me win against Voiceless. With the Super Poly plus Dark Ruler No More, like I broke their board pretty easily. Because a lot of the times when you break Voiceless, they can like just pretty much make the same board. So it was pretty clutch. I really like this card. I might up it to 3. Now this is controversial. I only play 2 cross-out designators. I don't like seeing 3 because sometimes I'll open 2 with like a call by and no combo pieces, so it bricks if you play it at 3. 2 was perfect, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I cited it so many times for the hand traps, but I didn't see it a single time.
I don't like to pay 3.
Did not resolve this card once.
2 is enough.
And then I play 2 draw. Again, I wasn't like super big on the hand trap, so I tried to play hand traps to a minimum and focus on board breakers. I last minute put this in. It was summon limits, but I took the summon limits out and then moved around a couple of the ratios for these. I may go back to the summon limit because again, I never seen this, but I'm sure when I needed it, it would have helped me play through like Nib and a couple other stuff. But
now I'm not a big fan of floodgates.
Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to my boy Chunk.
I'm not a big fan of floodgates, so I'd rather play the crossouts instead of floodgates. Because once we set up our board, there's no need for floodgates. We are not like other decks that rely on fucking floodgates, so let's not even stop playing floodgates. Only floodgates that I would play maybe was back in the day was like Gozen match, just to prevent getting hydrate the whole board, like with lava golems or whatever. The only thing. But yeah, shout out to Dark Law Yu-Gi-Oh for uploading this video. Much love, my brother. And also to Dilo, obviously Dilo, the one who made it with this deck. So great stuff. Let's check out real quick this whole deck on a whole picture, and then do some hand testing. Here for you guys again, the whole picture. If you wanna make this deck, like copy this deck and play it and test it, I'll just go through every single card here and pause the video if you're looking for a name, whatever. For you guys only. Okay, and then pause the video whenever you want to. Take a look at the cards. And then we're gonna have like a hand testing. I mean, this hand testing doesn't really mean much. It's just for me personally, I want to just have like a first look at how many times it could potentially brick. Because 45, I used to play also 45 cards when I was at the YCS in where was it, in Dortmund. 45 gave me my best standing ever, 17th place in a 2,500 men regional. So it's not wrong, because you're also like decreasing the amount of times where you are drawing the hard one-offs. Like Twin Shadow, you don't necessarily want to hard draw that card. You do not want to necessarily hard draw Regained or Assault Synchron, or like simple one-offs, right? But yeah, let's check out some hand testings here real quick. Alright, first hand, I can see being able to play with this. Let's see what we got with the pre-prosperities here. Like I said, this doesn't really mean shit, okay? Like, it, even if you break, like, that doesn't really have to mean a lot. I just want to have like a first impression, how the deck will perform going second or going first. Because like for me personal, I like to do some hand testings, and if I only break from 10 times once, it's for me already satisfying. Like I can be fine with that. Here, for example, I can see this being good for going second, and top deck we also have like a Simoon here. For going second, this could be insane, but going first, this is basically just pass. This is a good hand for going first or going second. Great hand. Great hand. And then here we got this other situation that I was afraid of. The Monster Reborn can come in clutch, but it can also break alongside with Tactics and the Nibiru's. I mean, Nibiru can be any hand trap, but I don't know about those two. So we already break twice and 10 times, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we'll do another couple of runs. Here we could potentially lose to a simple Ash, but if that goes through, we can play through a lot of hand traps. Here we can set up a good amount of board with Baron. Oh no, we're not playing Baron. I mean, we could. What else could we do here? Little Knight, Dispada pass. More world carries us here. Small world again carries. Okay. Those are some insane hands, to be honest, man. Not gonna lie. I like some of those hands a lot. I can even see what he meant by breaking boards of this deck. And we got the situation again, where the moon bricks with monster reborn tactics, and this happened now twice. Small world carries. So, but like I said, this doesn't have to mean shit, bro. I'm just doing some random tests for me personally. Like, this is, maybe I shouldn't even have to record this, but I just want to have like a first impression of this. I still do like the idea of this deck with Super Poly. I just also did another deck profile on Patreon with Super Poly. So if you're interested of my version of this deck, you can check it out on Patreon. But it's hard, bro. Super Poly can come in clutch, but some decks, like even us, if we don't summon this pattern, there are not really a lot of Super Poly targets, because a lot of people don't play the Starling Venom Dragon. They just play Garura and Mud Dragon, and if we end up on full Armor Master with 2 Star Dragons, they're losing 2. They're not even going to be able to resolve their Super Poly. But yeah, nevertheless, bro, this is still crazy. Yeah, the deck is consistent. I'm not saying this is breaking, whatever. It is consistent, but in 10 games, 10 rounds, 9 rounds, whatever, you're gonna have those kind of hands that he was talking about, breaking with monster reborn tactics, and that happened also to us now twice. And I'm trying to like really build a deck that where it's not, there's no deck that doesn't break. Okay, you're always gonna break, but I'm trying to like make this decrease the amount of bricks as much as possible. And yeah, I have to test this in order to say if it's bricky or not. I don't know. Some people say it is, some people say Super Poly is crazy, whatever. But yeah, I don't want to like discredit him now for anything, because this deck is insane. Okay, it's definitely insane. I see a lot of potential in this, and I mean, the base form is the best Blackwing deck that I keep using to top the 16th place, and so it's definitely a really, really good deck, 100%. So props to my brother Dilo. We've been talking a lot for 1 or 2 years, so I'm really happy for him. I really am. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to react on other Blackwing deck profiles, let me know in the comment section below. But besides that, I hope you guys have a great day, and see you next video. Good night.